So if you ever wanted to read the perfect story that highlights why people despise lesser evilism voting, I have it for you right here. Lobbyists working to undermine Medicare for All host congressional staff at luxury resort. At a luxury resort just outside of the nation's capital last month, around 4 dozen senior congressional staffers decamped for a weekend of relaxation and discussion at Salamander Resort and Spa. It was an opportunity for Democrats and Republicans to come together and listen to live music from the Trailer Grass Orchestra, sip surprisingly impressive glasses of Virginia wine, and hear from healthcare lobbyists focused on defeating Medicare for All. So this event was hosted by a group called Center Forward and featured a lecture from industry lobbyists leading the charge on undermining progressive healthcare proposals. Center Forward was originally known as the Blue Dog Research Forum, which is a think tank affiliated with conservative Blue Dog Democrats. So this is the problem in our political system. The people who are nominally supposed to be on the correct side fighting for the people are having fucking getaways at luxury spas where they're whining and dining them for the very corrupt reason of saying, you're going to play ball, right? You're going to do the right thing, right? You're going to protect these insurance companies, right? You're not going to destroy them with radical legislation like Medicare for All, right? So somebody from Partnership for America's Healthcare Future spoke, and the whole point of that Orwellian group, because listen to the name, Partnership for America's Healthcare Future. The whole point of that group is to undermine Medicare for All. Oh my God. And chiefs of staff for Majority Whip Jim Clyburn, Majority Leader Steny Hoyer, Representative Kurt Schrader, David Trone, and Dan Lipinski all went. This is how they stifle progress. This is how they stifle the correct answers, the policy solutions. It takes a giant AstroTurf effort to fight back popular movements. The grassroots support for Medicare for All is through the roof. Over 70% of the country wants Medicare for All. Even 51% of Republican voters want Medicare for All. Over 80% of the Democratic Party wants Medicare for All. I mean, it is crushing in the polls. And knowledge about it is going up because Bernie Sanders put it front and center. Now it's basically a litmus test for the 2020 candidates. And listen, man, how do you fight back against this? There's only one way to do it. You can't win on philosophical grounds. You can't win in the actual battle of ideas and policies. So what do? You buy the people who are going to ultimately make the decision. You buy them. So you have these front groups, and their whole point is to protect the profits of the insurance companies, and they wine and dine these people. And guess what? These people are going to walk away. I don't even think they know how corrupt the thing is that they're doing. I think they walk away, these fucking staffers, and they go, oh, what do you mean? No, it was just a good, friendly dinner with, colleagues and people who we know from the industry and lobbyists, and they're just warning, they're just being nice, and they're warning us about the downfalls of this legislation that's being proposed as a cure-all. This should be banned, bro. This should be banned. Listen, I spoke about it before, and actually, the person who originally came up with it, all credit to him, Richard Ojeda, swashbuckling left-wing populist from West Virginia. There should be body cameras on lobbyists and congressional staffers every time they meet with politicians. Or excuse me, there should be body cams on lobbyists every time they meet with congressional staffers or politicians. That should be a law. Okay, you want to meet with a lobbyist? Fine. Well, your boss is the American people. They're your boss. So they want to see what you're doing. Are you undermining your boss? Is that what you're doing? So if you're undermining your boss, we can't allow that. So every time you meet with a lobbyist, every time you meet with a CEO and executive, every time you meet with, a staffer meets with a lobbyist or representative of these companies that are getting rich off people's misery, you got to put a body camera on. That's the law. And then guess what? we'll all know what the fuck is going on. It's like with Mitt Romney when he was at that dinner with donors and he was talking about the 47% never going to get their act together. They're always going to be parasites and moochers. And he was basically saying, like, I think every Democrat in the country is a parasite and a moocher, and they don't work hard, and good, upstanding Republicans end up supporting half the country. That was his argument. Well, when there was some transparency and we shined some light on what Mitt Romney really believes, everybody was like, oh, you're a piece of shit. Well, okay, so let's see those arguments. Let's see those conversations that they were having with representatives of the industry, and let's see what the arguments they made against Medicare for all. I guarantee you they're going to be absurd. I guarantee you they're going to be ridiculous. And it's going to be pretty clear how corrupt this whole charade is if it's on camera. So I think Bernie Sanders should come out today and be in favor of body cameras on lobbyists, man. You want to talk about getting all of the right people angry. Fox News would melt down. Some of your idiot opponents would melt down. Let them do it. Let them defend it. Let them defend corruption. Because if you come out against it, you're defending corruption. Oh, it takes away their privacy. Nobody said you have to meet with lobbyists. Nobody said that politicians have to meet with lobbyists or lobbyists have to meet with politicians. Nobody said that. You just not meet. Just don't meet. Just don't meet. That's fine. That'd be better if you didn't meet. If it disincentivizes meetings, great. Wonderful. So, that's one of the things that has to be done. And of course, the other thing is clean elections. So you don't have private financing of elections. So you don't have these lobbyists with as much of a say. But right now, they run the fucking place, and that's crystal clear. And they're whining and dining and schmoozing congressional staffers at a luxury resort in order to try to build a case against Medicare for all and stonewall it.